I'm Wolf, and this is Arcanaignition. The moon is a waxing crescent, and I'm going to read some tarot for you. I'm going to read tonight with the Hermetic Tarot, which is a deck I've had my eye on for a while, and I finally went ahead and got myself one of them. And it's I'm a little nervous because this is only my second reading with this deck, and I'm committed to putting on camera and on YouTube whatever comes out of my mouth when I do a tarot reading for you guys. So please enjoy that. This deck is based on the Golden Dawn. I'm much more used to decks that are based on the Rider-Waite system, and this deck has some great taglines for every card, so we'll get to experience those together. And my question this evening is from my wonderful sister and my sister Lou. And Lou has a really simple question, which I think probably applies to a number of us living in the United States right now. And the question is, how do I get through to November 3rd? Like, how do I literally make it day by day with all the fresh insanity coming out of the White House and happening all over the place? And it feels like a lot hinges on this election, and it feels like a lot hinges on what happens after the election and how we respond to it and how other people respond to it. And Lou, I hear ya. This is a hard time right now. So let's check it out. Let's see what the Hermetic Tarot has to say about how you personally can get through to November 3rd. Okay, Lou, the first card I'm pulling for you Fortitude, Daughter of the Flaming Sword. Yeah. And this is a card that's called Strength in more Rider-Waite decks and Lust in more Crowley decks, and or decks with a Toth lineage. And shows a strong woman taking a lion and kind of making him her bitch, if you will excuse the expression. So, the Daughter of the Flaming Sword. I've also heard her referred to as the Whore of Babylon, and that makes sense in this context because she's riding the beast with this flaming cup. And Fortitude is a way to get to November 3rd. It's also, there's some light on this aspect of life, which is that the enemies without are not nearly as monumental as the enemies within. So yeah, your Fortitude and Daughter of the Flaming Sword, and use it to destroy your doubts, your fears, your lesser self. And remember that, as they say, the calls are coming from inside the house, and the things you need to be slaying with your flaming sword right now are not external monsters, but internal ones. And the next card I'm pulling for you Princess of Pentacles, Princess of the Echoing Hills. And the Princess of Pentacles is a pure version of discovery around earth energy. She's a student. She learns. She's in a very self-directed way, and she's very connected to the Gaia Earth, and she's connected to the material world, and there's this incredible sense of wonder about it. So this has to do with being where we are and learning from it. What can you learn from where you are and what's going on? And the last card I'm pulling for you, the Hierophant, Magus of the Eternal Gods. The Hierophant is the connection between the earthly realm and the divine realm. In some ways, it's a messenger, and it's a messenger endowed with great authority. It's tradition and traditional ways of learning, traditional ways of knowing, hierarchy. And the Hierophant sometimes gets a bad rap because of the whole authority hierarchy thing. And I think that speaks to a lot of us and our relationship with authority as it currently exists in this country, in this society, in this world we live in. Our relationship to our own place within that hierarchy. And when this card comes up in a how do I do this sort of way, the answer is often institutional. This is a card that might say, go to graduate school. This is not before November 3rd, you shouldn't go to graduate school. That's just an example of what kinds of things this Hierophant can mean. It can also mean go with the system. I know that you're doing a lot of work right now with encouraging people to vote and getting people who might not otherwise be voting to get out there and do the thing. So this is definitely a card for staying on that path and staying within the institutions as they currently exist. So let's read these 3 cards together to help you figure out how you can make it to November 3rd. Buck up is this, right? Strength, presence and joy in the earth, and oh my god, sometimes I say something, but I can because I see it in the cards, but I feel my stomach roiling, and this is roiling heavily, and I still want to say it. It's trust in the process and trust in the system. Ooh, oh my god, I'm trying to say that to myself about getting through to November 3rd, and I just I don't know if I buy it. Ooh. Let's watch this video together in December and see if that was terrible advice. Reading these cards together, I see the two cards from the side, the 2 major arcana cards are converging on the Princess of the Echoing Hills, on the Princess of Pentacles. So you in your grounded self, you in your learning, exploring, being self, you've got two forces coming at you, one from each side. And one speaks to your own strength, your own power, your own ability to tame the wildness, to be the wildness. And the other is structure and society and systems all set up and interlocking. And you get to do both. You coming from this Princess of the Echoing Hills place, you being this brilliant student of the world, you get to tap into both sides. So that's how you get through to November 3rd, is you find yourself, the things you know about who you are, the things that for the moment look to be unchanging. You ground down in that so that you can access both your incredible strength and fortitude, and also your connection to the divine through systems that are Kafkaesque and exasperating. I see the Hierophant has an elephant situation. Maybe even a woolly mammoth here. It's got towers and symbols and authority. And this position has a lot of power behind it, a lot of force, a lot of cultural backing. And it's something that exists. So watch it exist. Watch the whole thing unfold. Know who you are. Dig deep into that part of yourself that is here and is unchanging and knows what's going on. Find your center, and then wield your sword. And I'm gonna say it. Trust. This whole idea that we know who the enemy is, that we know who's on our side, who's making the world worse. We don't know anything. We don't know anything about the repercussions of our actions. We don't know anything about what's going to happen to the world. We just don't know. And the best you can do is enough. It's not up to you what the world looks like come November. You've got a great deal of power, and most of your power is about how you come at it and how you show up. So show up in a way that makes you proud, and show up in a way that inspires others. Do your best, and it's going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. All of us. Every single one of us. We're going to be okay. I love you so much, Lulu. If you're watching this and you would like me to answer your question, send it to arcanaignition@gmail.com. If you're watching this and you want to know every time I put out a video, you can subscribe to my channel. And if you're watching this and you're looking at these cards and you have a different interpretation of how my dear sister can get through till after the presidential election, then feel free to post it on the wall and give her some of your advice. Thanks for watching.